following program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.
Welcome to Gate City Chronicles. I'm Kevin Avard, your host, and today I'm joined with Cindy McGuane? McGuane. Close. I never get it right. It's my show. I never get it right. And you're with Someday I'll Apparel. You're the president of Someday I'll Apparel.
I am.
So someday I'll do something. Someday I'll get it right. You know what? Do you have a shirt that says that? Someday I'll get it right?
Someday I'll get it together.
Okay. Someday I'll remember your name. Someday I'll do it right. So anyway, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's good to be here.
So you're wearing one of your shirts right now, and it says it's got the little palm tree on there, and it says "Someday I'll," and then you have a glass of wine that says "Just Chill."
Just chill.
Yeah. Now, what was your first logo? Was it this one or?
No, we actually have a guy in a hammock with his to-do list and a beer, and it says "Someday I'll," but not today. I'm not doing the to-do list today. I'm just chilling out.
Right.
Gonna hang out.
So, and you make all your, you manufacture them here locally?
Yes,
right.
Yes. We do all the designs ourselves. We have about 30 designs right now. We started with just 2, and the But Not Today one was the first one, and we have another one that's kind of dear to our hearts, and it doesn't really have anything to do with the Someday I'll concept, but we felt very, very strongly about it. It's a shirt with military symbols, and our character with his hand over his heart, and then thank you underneath to all the servicemen and women, and then U.S. flag on it. And that's one of our top selling shirts as well.
Wow. Very good. So we were talking off camera before we started, where I asked you, how did you get involved with this? You said you went to some kind of brouhaha thing or something, or what?
Yeah, we went to a seminar. I went to a seminar, and it was sales. I was doing sales a long time ago, and they were just trying to root you on and get you going, and one of the speakers said, the reason why people aren't successful is they're always living on someday I'll. Someday I'll do this, someday I'll do that. And I was thinking to myself, wow, that's a pretty cool concept. And I thought about how great that would be to put on a shirt or, start a clothing line with that. But that
like
was
life is good or be happy or anything that's out there, right?
Yeah, me time, life is good, this and that. We've had awesome feedback from customers about it. People have compared us to Life is Good. Some people say they like the concept better because it kind of has, something that you really have to think about, but it's sort of like a play on words. We've had just people, I've had one guy, he had me sign the shirt for his daughter because it was our first, I told him it was our first design. And he said to his daughter, these people are going to be really big someday, and I want her to sign your shirt, and you're going to keep it. You're going to wash it.
Do you embroider at all? Do these, or are they all silk screen?
They're all screen print.
Yeah. Do you envision embroidery sometime?
Yeah. Down the road. We're trying to start off just getting the concept out there, getting shirts on people's backs, and then slowly adding to the line.
Right.
But sometimes, you just kind of have to see where people are heading, like what are they buying, what are they gravitating towards, and people will tell us what they're looking for. Like a lot of people like a lot of girls like V-necks, So they're saying, do you have any V-necks?
And I mentioned the golf shirt.
Yep, the golf shirts, the college shirts. So we are going to eventually have all that. We do have some V-necks right now, but we're slowly adding those as well.
Yeah.
And then we have some bags, like a beach bag. We have some mugs. So we're just going to keep adding to the line, like sort of like a novelty thing. You'll be able to have someday aisle.
You know, as you're talking, I'm thinking of a whole bunch. You know, someday I'll do yoga. We were talking about yoga before we got on. Or you can put it on a bathing suit. Someday I'll wear sunscreen. Or we can go on and on and on and on, right? Now, are they on hats as well?
We don't have any hats yet, but those are on the list. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, I'm brainstorming for
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, hats, even towels. Someday aisle, the concept itself, could be really on anything.
Right.
You know, to
So
have
you're
to do
dreaming
with
big.
sun and.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're dreaming. So it's some of those simplest ideas that take off. So who makes all these designs? You do?
I make all the designs myself.
Are you an artist by trade, or?
I am, actually.
Really?
I'm an artist. I sell a lot of my, I'm an acrylic painter, and I sell a lot of my artwork. I do everything from glassware to murals on people's walls. And so when I came up with this concept, I just kind of like got all excited about it. And we were looking for a character. So we did a lot of research on what we wanted the character to look like. And some of our shirts, like this, does not have a character on it, and some of them do. But once we got that, we just had this character doing a bunch of different things. Mm-hmm. But I get very, very excited about that. And the other people in the company, one's a treasurer, which is my husband, and the other one does research in sales and things like that. And they're not really so much the creative end. Mm-hmm. They have input into it, but I physically do all the artwork on Adobe Illustrator once I sketch it out on paper.
So you do acrylic paintings, or you do portraits and stuff as well, though?
Oh, yeah, I do.
We just interviewed Art with a Splash. They opened up right on 11 Main Street here, and they use acrylic paint to do their designs. I don't know if you've heard about them. You bring your own wine and you have like a girl's night out or a guy's night out, and you paint a portrait or something like that.
Yep,
what a
I'm
cool
going to
idea.
be actually doing a little bit of that too, because I teach as well.
Right. Oh, so you teach. Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
I just love the whole creative.
No time to be bored.
No.
Right. So where do you envision the business going in the next 5 or 10 years?
Well, right now we're trying to slowly get into some stores. We're in a couple of stores right now, and with the T-shirt line. And then, like we were talking about, we want to start branching out to some of the novelty gifts, towels, more beach bags, hats, sandals, all that type of thing. The polo shirts, the golf shirts. And then we also have another line coming up, which is a children's line. So we're really looking at
with the same theme, someday I'll.
Someday I'll.
It's a little early to be saying that, right? Or maybe someday when I'm grown up, or I get it. All right.
Well, it will be someday I'll, and then it will just have. I already made the characters for those too. It will have a little fireman and his dad's.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
It's oversized. Everything's oversized.
Sure.
And I have a little teacher that she's in an oversized shirt and a skirt, and she's got a blackboard. So someday I'll teach. Someday I'll be a firefighter. Someday I'll be a football player, a doctor.
Nice.
So that is a whole different segment. We almost have like 3 different segments that I can see, because we also looking at the islands themselves or destinations. Someday I'll, be in Aruba, that's somebody's someday I'll get there, I'll do that,
So now how do you sell these? Do you go to trade shows? Where do people find you?
We do a lot of local shows.
Mm-hmm.
We've done like the shows at the high schools, craft shows.
Were you at the Little Iguana one recently here at the High School South?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were at the Little Iguana.
Everybody was there, yeah.
We do, yeah. Our next one is in Drake this Saturday, Old Home Day. And that is just to really get people to, recognize the name. The more people that we can get in front of, and some of those shows have thousands of people come through.
Yeah, you're like cattle walking through there. Wow, I was amazed the first time I saw all the people showing up to that particular one, the little iguana one. I think, Jim, how did you get all these people here? Wow, in thousands, just, you're like cattle.
Yeah, and that's like the main thing for us right now is to get them on people's backs so that other people see the name, they get the name recognition, as well as trying to get into stores. Like I said, we do have a couple of stores that are carrying us now, but it's hard for people to, people kind of going with what they know, you know what I mean? Yep. And it's hard for them to take a chance on something new because they don't know if it's going to sell. Right. But the more that we can get them on people's backs, the more people, and we get fabulous feedback from people.
Years ago, my dad had a printing business here in Nashua, Avard Printing. And he used to cut, the paper to after he print, he had to cut it. And he thought, wow, what a waste of paper. So he made little pads on them, little pads. And he said, go out and sell these little pads. And I used to go out and sell the pads for 10 cents. And I'd come home with a wad of money, and wow, did you really do that?
That's awesome.
Then he got a brilliant idea. He had somebody draw a picture, and he started printing them on those little pads. And I started making some real dough, and I thought, what a great idea. I'm thinking, now you could probably even put that on a scratch pad. We call them scratch pads or tablets. Someday I'll to do.
That's one of our next things because they have pads of paper where you write down all the things that you have to do today. So you just put someday I'll on the top of it. And that's one of the next things that we're
I didn't mean to steal your idea, but
introduce, actually.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
No, I mean,
the possibilities are endless.
Yeah,
and you seem excited about it.
Oh, so excited about it, yeah. I think just because, like, of the feedback that we're getting from people, like, people come by and they're like, oh my God, look at this, someday I'll, and then they'll see the first design, then they'll go, oh look, they have the guy doing this, and then they just they're grabbing people that they're with and say, did you see this? Or so we know it's a good concept and we know it's going to take off. It's just getting the name out there,
Well, just as you're talking with me, my mind is going and thinking, and I'm thinking, wow, cool. This is I could do, neat,
Yeah.
And I bet you people that are listening to you right now, I got a great idea for her, So, you're probably taking off with that. Now, do you have a website?
Yes, we do. We have a website. You can purchase the shirts on the website right now. It's www.getofftheaisle.com. And the reason why it's get off the aisle, because we don't want everybody staying on that island. We want them to not say someday I'll. We want them to actually do it.
Go out and do it.
But we all live on that island, right?
Right.
We all sit there and say, I'll get to it one day. Someday I'll do this. Someday
the
I'll
island
do
of
that.
procrastination.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, that's a cool idea. Now, like we talked about the type of shirts, all different, apparel. Is it all just T-shirts just like that right now, or?
Right now, it's this type of shirt, men's and women's, and then we have V-necks.
Mm-hmm. And as far as your distributors or your suppliers, are you all constantly looking for new suppliers for your shirts, or?
As far as purchasing them?
Yeah, as far as if somebody says, I'd like to be part of that, maybe we can talk them into our polo shirts or our.
Oh, absolutely.
I know Bikram Yoga, they actually sell their own yoga apparel.
Yeah.
Yeah, Norman, they actually make that in, I believe, Salisbury, New Hampshire. Is it Salisbury or right on the seacoast? They have their manufacturing right there for their yoga outfits.
Well, yeah, that's part of the whole learning process because when we first got into it, we just sort of bought shirts and got together with a screen printer because we don't screen, we don't have that machinery to do that.
Right.
But we had to interview a lot of people and we had to get the pricing that we needed to get into stores because stores need to make a profit. So you're talking about buying the shirt, having it screen printed, and all that goes into that, and then still be able to sell it from there to a store that they can at least double, if not triple.
What a great idea, though. I mean, and also for the kids to know that, it's one thing to have an idea. Then you got to work the idea. First, you got to sit down. You got to have a plan. You got to, okay, how much is it going to cost to buy so many T-shirts? Do you buy 1,000 at a time or 500? What are we going to put on them? What sells the best? What do we do with the ones that don't sell? Can we take? There's a whole business. There's a risk.
There's definitely a risk, and I think that what you were saying about how many do we buy and how do we go about this, you don't really know what people are going to gravitate towards until you get it out there. Mm-hmm. And I did a lot of research before starting the company with my husband and our other partner, and one of the books that I read said that nothing's ever going to be perfect. You need to get it out into the public and see what their reaction is. Because if you spend all your time debating on whether, well, maybe we could tweak it this way, maybe people would like this, you're never going to know what people are going to like.
Right.
So you have to just kind of get it out there. And
it's the cost of doing business.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you learn from there. And then you kind of say, okay, these shirts are selling more than these. Okay, then maybe we need to tweak something this way or that way. But I think it's just jumping in,
Yeah.
And maybe, you never know whether you're doing it the right way. Like we're just trying to be small and grow, in small strides, because we don't want to get too far over our heads. We want to make money, put money back into it, and it's, people will say, well, do you have a kayak, or do you have this, do you have that? And we listen to people, and then we kind of put the money where we're hearing people, want to go. But right now, I mean, we're doing great at the shows we're at. We have them in a couple stores, and we're really excited about where we're going,
I'm excited for you. And the whole idea, just starting out now, you've been doing it for 2 years.
Yep.
And you're still enthused, and that's fantastic. That's a good sign.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Do you advertise other than just using your website, or is it word of mouth and going to the trade shows?
Right now, it's just word of mouth and through the shows. Mm-hmm. We're thinking about starting to put money into that, not knowing really where to go with that, because there's so many avenues.
Right.
And do we do magazines? Right. Do we do just local papers? Not really sure, but we will start putting money into that, because we want to keep growing and keep getting more and more people, to know and recognize the name.
And you got to be smart about it, because you can dump a lot of money in a dead end. You've got to be smart about it. So who advises you? Do you just sit there and brainstorm? Or how do you research?
Pretty much.
Yeah. So what do you want to do today, dear? Well, I really don't know. What do you want to do? Let's Google it.
Well, we got 3 smart people, pretty smart people, and we just kind of bounce things off of each other. And we do a lot of research. We read a lot, on the internet. There are a lot of people doing T-shirts. That's the other part of it, so there are a lot of people that you can get advice from. There are a lot of websites where you can draw information from or ask people what they did.
And people are willing to help. They don't mind giving you the advice.
Yeah, they're willing to help.
They don't care about the competition. Jump on in. Hey, the water's warm.
No, yeah, because there's enough to go around for everybody,
Right.
And we just kind of help each other in that way on forums and things like that. And people will tell us what they've tried and what avenues that they think that we should go. Like we do local shows, but there are also retail shows where just buyers come in. Mm-hmm. And so we're just starting to get into that, where they're not open to the public, they're only open to buyers.
Oh, that's interesting, yeah. How about nonprofits and for charities and things? I mean, obviously you have to make money on your product, but have you thought about those as well?
Yeah, we've done a couple of those.
Have they worked out for you?
Yeah.
Really? Good. And obviously for the charity as well.
Oh, yeah, yep. We've done those. We do the Vietnam Vet Run every year down in Gardner, Mass. And we helped out with a couple of family-type benefits and stuff where we just, really almost give the shirts away. But, we got to, you make a little bit of profit enough to pay for the shirts and.
Yeah, well, yeah, otherwise
Yeah, that's what it's all about, right?
Right. Well,
And we
it's
also
community.
have given back to charity. Even though we're not like making tons of money, we still want to be able to give back. So we give to charities as well. We're trying to do it all, and maybe
if everybody does a little, it goes a long way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, great. So tell us one more time about your website.
The website is www.getofftheaisle.com, and our email address is info@getofftheaisle.com. On there, you can purchase the T-shirts. We have a beach bag. We have the military shirts and mugs, military mugs.
And they can see that on the website.
Yep, men's and women's. They're, not that expensive. We want to keep the cost to people down because we'd rather get our name out there.
Do people call you as well, or do they go to the website and do an order?
Oh, we get a lot of calls from word of mouth.
Okay.
Get a lot of calls and a lot of emails from word of mouth. And
what's the phone number?
Phone number is 978-866-3329.
Right. And you are registered here in Nashua, New Hampshire as far as your business is concerned?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Nice. Well, thank you very much for coming on the show. This is great. I'm very excited for you. My mind is
just
exploding
so
with ideas. So
I appreciate you having me.
Okay. Well, thank you again.
Thanks.
Thanks for watching Gate City Chronicles, and we hope that if you are in need of a T-shirt or you have an idea and you'd like to share it, call her.
Give us a call.
All right. Cindy McGuane. Someday I'll get that. Until next week, thanks for watching Gate City Chronicles. Thank you for watching Gate City Chronicles. And we want to thank our sponsor, Aardvark Dean of Clean, the carpet cleaner in Nashua. You can reach him at 603-630-1743. And if you would like some more information about Gate City Chronicles or want to be a guest, contact me at gatecitychronicles@gmail.com. Until next week, thanks for watching.
The preceding program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.